These aren't just graphs. They're not just numbers that have been thrown at you today. They're American families.
Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully you click that like button as well. All right, so these hearings, these committee hearings, I'm starting to get into them because I've locked into Forbes YouTube channel and the back and forths that they have between these professionals are absolutely amazing, man. So make sure that y'all hit that like button, guys. And when you get a moment, please do me a favor and go check out Lou Valentino on Locals, all right?
The gentleman from Texas is now recognized.
Texas, Arizona, Mr.
Arizona. Arizona. My apologies.
Come on.
Mr. Crane, I will do push-ups for you.
Push them out, sir.
We'll give you 7 seconds back.
All right. Thank you, Secretary Mayorkas, for appearing before our committee. I know it's been a tough day for you, and I think that's for good reason. I want to start my comments with looking at the causation of this crisis at our southern border. You know, it wasn't more than a couple years ago during the Democratic primary that your boss, now President Biden, said during a debate, we're a nation that says, you want to flee, you're fleeing oppression, you should come. Everybody with a brain saw this coming, sir. We all saw this coming. We saw this president, during his race, roll out the red carpet. We knew what it was going to cause. Everybody shouted it from the rooftops, and now it's here. And you all want to act like it's something else. You all want to act like you didn't invite this, and you most certainly did. Sir, you said in your opening statement.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I just now watched a speech this morning by people who represent immigrants all over the United States, illegal immigrants all over the United States, and they were acting as if all of the people who are coming here because they were forced to come here, not because of a cry out from our own politicians saying, "Yo, we need more voters. Everybody come over here. Everyone come over here." And so they came. Now we're here dealing with this whole thing. So what is it? The Senate Bill 1718, and now it's getting all over the place.
It's that you're attacking cartels and smugglers in an unequivocal way. You most certainly are not, sir. As a matter of fact, if they were in this room right now, the heads of these cartels, you know what they'd tell us? They'd say, hey, re-elect these guys again. And by all means, keep that guy right in his seat, because he's our MVP. He's making it so easy for us to smuggle drugs, smuggle people, get gangs into this country, distract our Border Patrol agents, and at the same time, destroy the U.S. economy.
Now, this is what I'm hearing from the other side. They're saying that this will increase crime, which it will. I mean, not saying it will at first. It will, because this is a lot of the people on the left. What they're saying is a lot of the crime that's happening in inner cities are happening because lack of opportunities, so to speak, right? So the people who are already naturally born American citizens are crying lack of opportunity. And because of lack of opportunity, they're committing crime so that they can get some money and bring it back to their house, so to speak. All right. So you got these other people who are coming here from other countries because of lack of opportunities, but they quickly find opportunities in this country. Yet the people who are from here say that there are no opportunities to be found. So they're coming here because they're hearing on a grapevine from their cousins, from their sisters, brothers, mothers, uncles, everyone are saying that if you want to make money or if you want to live, a good life, then you need to come to the United States by any means possible. And I saw a video yesterday where so many people were climbing gates and crossing into the U.S. illegally. And what we want to do, for some strange reason, is protect all of the illegals. Now, at some point, you gotta understand that there will be some justice. What did you expect? Somebody's going to put the kibosh on and be like, nah, not anymore. We're going to shut it down, and nobody else is coming over. As a matter of fact, the people who came over here and recently who are illegal, we're going to take this away from them, this away from them, this away from them. All right, just to let them know that it's not that sweet. United States has a way of getting here legally. They have a a way to get here legally, and for some strange reason, some odd reason, a whole bunch of people don't want to do it that way. They just want to do it their way. But now people are putting their foot down, bruh, and they're just letting them know, yo, it's about to be hard for y'all. It's about to be hard because you put it on yourself. What do you expect for somebody to do? I mean, put yourself in the shoes of a person who you're running an entire company and people just start coming to work without your say so. And just because they're at work, at your job, at the company that you run, you now have to pay them. You now have to feed them. You now have to house them, shelter them. You have to do all these things rather than making up rules now to say this is not going to happen, that's not going to happen, and this is not going to happen based off of the rules that we've already had set that other employees were already following. But yet, because you're here now, we got to make up some new rules. Nah, it should never work that way. I don't know if y'all ever raised children or not, but when you double speak over and over and over again, it ruins your credibility. It destroys the respect gap between you and your children. So you can't just do that, man.
So you're not doing a good job, sir, and that is why right here, you see that, sir? You see that one on your left? That resolution? Those are articles of impeachment that Andy Biggs, Congressman Andy Biggs, and several of us supported. Now, I've never met you before in my life. You and I have no personal beef. No, there's no animosity as far personally.
What are those green pins that they're wearing on their lapels? I'd like to know what that is because obviously it means something.
The reason that I agreed to sign on to these articles of impeachment with my colleague and others is because of the dereliction of duty. You know, I've got graphs up here too. You can see these graphs showing what it was like at the border before you got into office and what it's like now. Here's the sad thing, sir. These aren't just graphs. They're not just numbers that have been thrown at you today. They're American families. And I'm so glad that my colleague made you or asked you to get up, turn around, and face one of them. I'm glad that you had to look at something that wasn't just a data point or a graph, but you actually had to look at a family because there's tens of thousands of them. Tens of thousands. 70,000 because of fentanyl alone. That doesn't count all the families that have been destroyed by gangsters that have come up through South America, or the families that have been destroyed because of sex trafficking. I'm glad you had to face them. You know what, sir? I actually had to face one of them in my district last week. I had to face one of them in my district last week, and it was hard. This woman was choking back tears, asking me, Congressman Crane, what are you going to do? My daughter was killed. My beautiful daughter was killed because of fentanyl. And I said, you know what? We've drafted articles of impeachment to remove Secretary Mayorkas for his dereliction of duty. You know, it's interesting, sir, because Mr. Higgins, one of my colleagues up here, noticed your smugness. I noticed it too. And you know, for somebody that has a history of working in border security like yourself and knowing, and my colleague right here, Mr. Breachin, he just pointed out that you worked for administrations where they were actually building walls. But you know what? Me and this gentleman right here went on a helicopter tour down in Texas where we flew around the border, and guess what we saw? Piles of steel just stacked up on the ground, like he said, of a wall that the American taxpayers have already paid for, and because of your dereliction of duty, and because of this president and this administration, we continue to have drugs, gang members, sex trafficking pouring into this country, and you sit there with a smug look on your face. But I noticed for a second, because I was watching your face. I was watching your face when the family behind you stood up.
This dude he's calling him out, bro. He's like, man, you real smug, and I don't like it. I'm sitting here looking at you, and I honestly just want to slap the taste out of your mouth. I want to come down there, and I just want to put you in the chokehold, punch you in the stomach, because I don't like that smug look in your face. And somebody need to knock your block off. And I plan on being the one to do it. As a matter of fact, I like to do it. I'm going to go ahead and put my hat in the ring so I can go ahead and jump out there and beat up Secretary Mayorkas. Here's the thing. This is how I look at it. You make no mistake about it. Anybody who's against illegal immigrants just coming into the United States off of a mad rush the way that they've been doing it, they're going to paint you out to be a racist. They're going to paint you out to be against an entire group of individuals, which is not the case at all. People don't understand that there has to be order in order for things to run smoothly. The reason why these immigrants are coming here is because there's order. That's the reason why they're coming. They're coming here because there's order. They're coming here because it's fairness here. With relation, like if you were to compare it to from here to where they're coming from, where they're from, it's peaches and cream. That's why they're coming here. That's why they're risking their lives to come here. That's why they're risking their freedoms to come here. Nobody's saying that they should not come here. No one's saying that. No one's saying stay in your country. No one's saying that. They're just saying if you're going to come here, do it properly. That's it. And I know it's easier said than done because there's a lot of people here that have been trying to get legal for a minute. Don't know if they was trying to do it the proper way or not. I'm just now getting well versed on the whole matter. But at the end of the day, if we don't do this properly, what are we doing? Like we make everyone else go through background checks, right? How come we won't make them go through a background check? We make everybody get IDs. How come we won't make them get IDs? We make everyone have a certain level of, like you got to have forms that say who you are for everyone in this daggone country. How come they don't have to do the same thing? We just look at it as we have an impoverished group of individuals, a group of people coming over here by the thousands per day. And they're obviously running from some dangers that they can't combat themselves. And it's up to us to save their lives. Is it? Because last I checked, we still have a homeless issue here in many major cities. We have a homeless issue here. We have crime issues here. We have our own racial issues here. But come on, man, what are we doing? When the last time you as a parent decided to parent somebody else's household, take care of other kids down the block without making sure you took care of your own? How would it feel if your husband or your wife, just say your spouse, decides to go cook and clean and take care of someone else, another wife or another woman or another man, before they take care of you, who are the spouse of this person? You got to take care of your own household first. That's why I like Jordan B. Peterson when he said, make up your own bed. You got to make up your own bed. A lot of us don't want to make up our own bed. But what's happening is we are making this issue about race because it's time to vote for another president. It's time to vote again. And we always do this. We want to bring other people in so that public opinion can put a sour taste in people's mouths, not to vote for the responsible people, the people who will actually make things happen for everyone responsibly, honestly. But what they'll do is they'll make you out to be the mean and evil ones, the racist ones, and it's just not right, man. I'm watching this thing from afar. I'm just trying to pay attention to it all, but it's not looking good, man. It's like people just are just forgetting all about it and just looking into their emotions and saying, but these are people, they need our help. We need to help them. Okay, then they should do it the proper way. They should come here the proper way. Sorry, what else can we possibly say? I don't know exactly what people want us to do for real.
Mr. Pfluger asked you if you would address them. I noticed that just for a second, the smugness left your face, sir. And I'm glad that you had to feel uncomfortable today. And that's not because I don't have any humanity at all. I look at your story. I look that you immigrated here from Cuba. And you know what? I think that's great. I really do, sir. And you might not think that in this exchange right here. I think that it's a great thing that America has so many amazing immigrants here. And this side of the aisle, we're not hung up about immigration. We're not hung up about legal immigration. What we're hung up about is how you all, day one in office, came in and changed policies and started getting rid of infrastructure that was keeping our states, our counties, and our cities safe.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Eli Crane not playing with that man. Eli Crane is just saying, yo, I don't like your face right now. You're being real smug. You're not taking this as seriously as you should. It's a real issue. And you're allowing this failed system to benefit you politically. It is trash. And you need to do something about it, sir.